you guys, it's Rachel here with Senza Tempo Cane Corso. I'm out here with the puppies, letting them go to the bathroom while Savannah tries to hose down the poop that was in there. She really wasn't taking it as seriously as necessary. When you're dealing with Giardia, every bit of the poop has to be cleaned up. Every single bit of it. They can have no contact with the poop. And because if they step in it and then they get it on themselves, maybe they step on it with a back foot and then maybe they scratch their ear and then it's on their coat and one of them bites the other one, it gets in the mouth. You know what I mean? Like there can be no poop. And anyway, so yeah, so she's learning to take it more seriously. So in the meantime, I've got these guys out here. If they poop out here, I'm a little less worried about it because it's going to be getting hot soon and it doesn't live very long in the heat. And so it's less of a problem out here than it is in that enclosed backyard where they can't really help but step, on the same spots and stuff like that all the time. So I wanted to talk about a group that I made recently for owners and breeders or potential breeders or really anybody that is breeding regardless. And what made me start it was that there was a woman who contacted me and she wanted some advice about a pedigree that she had, and she tried to post it in one of the Corso groups, and of course they completely ignored her question and were just focusing on the lines in her pedigree and were basically talking crap about the lines, and they just were attacking her and telling her what a no good ignorant person she was for messing with these lines and things like that, which is of course not very helpful because people are going to, people do the same thing with me, you know what I mean? And just, it's so weird, but you can hardly find a Corso without at least one dog in the pedigree that somebody doesn't like. So you get to a point where it's kind of like, what do you guys expect me to do? You know what I mean? Unless you're dealing with 100% American lines, which even then people will say, well, there's a lot of crazy dogs in those pedigrees. So, and some people even say, well, those are not even real Corso. So it's like, it literally doesn't matter what you do. Someone is going to disagree with it and think you're doing the wrong thing. You guys, get out of it. Let's go. Come. Hurry. Nirvana. Come on. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Valak. Come. Good girl. Oh, really, preacher? That was rude. You're a baby girl. You're a baby girl. You're a baby girl. Mama loves you. Good boy, Valak. Come on. Come. Valak. Good boy. Good boy, Valak. What a good boy you are. Yes, you are. So anyway, so she got attacked and she had seen a video that I had made about everybody kind of trying to be nice and felt that she could reach out to me and that I wouldn't be so judgmental. And I helped her out with her question. And it just made me realize that, there's a whole generation of people that want to breed, that have really good intentions, that just need a little bit of help. And they need a place where they can ask questions without being harassed and attacked and made to seem like they're completely useless just because they're doing something that maybe somebody else, doesn't like. And so anyway, so I created a group. I want to say that it's called the Cane Corso mentorship program. I forget the exact wording, but I'll post a link to it, and I'll probably call it the title of this video. I made it actually, I want to say almost a week ago now, and then I got distracted with other things, and I've added some people that I feel are going to be helpful in this. So I added people that are nice, that are not judgmental, and that have some knowledge, maybe not all in the same things, but I think that as a group together, there's a very good wealth of knowledge there. And I want it to be a place that has more of a European type style of communication. So basically, the idea is that you would be able to ask for a critique of your dog, only your dog. You can't post anybody else's dogs. If you do, you'll get banned. But you can have somebody critique your dog, and we'll tell you what's good about your dog and where your dog needs some improvement. And the idea is that the individual is not allowed to get offended. That's the thing, because there's no such thing as a perfect dog, right? All of us should be able to identify and point out and be honest about the flaws in each of our individual dogs, because it's only in that knowledge that we're able to choose prospective breeding partners that will help correct those flaws in the offspring. So the idea is to create an open, honest platform for everybody to be able to discuss their breedings, their programs, their ideas, their theories, in a place where nobody's going to be trolling. There's not going to be any drama. Nobody's going to attack. There's no breeder bashing, meaning that if an individual does not like somebody else's lines, they need to keep those comments to themselves. If a person wants to private message that person and say, hey, just a heads up, I heard something about these lines, blah, 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 by all means are allowed to do that. But we have said that unless you can provide actual proof, medical proof that there's something going on, then we don't, you can't post it. You know what I mean? You can't sit there and say, oh, well, these lines are sick with no evidence. And so we have higher standards of proof. So, for example, if you're going to sit there and say that a line has epilepsy, well, we need to see diagnoses of epilepsy, not just one dog from that line that had a seizure one day. That does not indicate epilepsy. It indicates that that individual dog had a seizure. And there could have been many known causes to that. What's up? Vitani! Come! Valak! Come. Good puppies. Good puppies. Good puppy. Good girl, Vitani. What a good girl. Valak, don't be a jerk. Come on. Good puppies. Good girl, Vitani. What a good girl you are. What a good girl you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are a good girl. Mommy loves you. Yes, you do. Mommy loves you. So anyway, we also want to have an area for people to be able to post their stud dog, any health testing that they've done, as well as kind of a write down of the dog. So for example, I would put up, Preacher, and I would say, Preacher has I would name the things that I like about him. You know what I mean? He has a very typey head. Are there some features of it that could be improved? Sure. His muzzle is a bit long. It's a bit snipey. His eyes are a bit round. His head is slightly round. His croup is too short, too steep, and he's slightly square. But his front is actually pretty good, and he has good size to him. His temperament is phenomenal. His intelligence level is phenomenal. Despite the little issues with his head, he actually has a very typey head, and he can produce very typey dogs. And then you would go into his genealogy, meaning that for example. Velocity has one of the most typey heads that I've produced, or not, I haven't produced her, but that I have so far. Same thing with Belladonna, and Preacher is actually very closely related to them. And so he has that genealogy in him. And so you would be able to look and say, okay, well, this is him. These are his puppies, right? And you would be able to show the puppies, and you'd be able to put the pedigree up. And then somebody that's looking, like say somebody has a great top line on their dog, and but maybe the head is lacking. Maybe their dogs don't have a lot of stop, which Preacher does have, and he actually has a good front. Maybe they're looking for something like that. Then we would say to them, or you could have that male up, and we would be able to look and see, okay, well, these are dogs that could benefit somebody, and you'd be able to look through kind of like a catalog of males and see which male would best suit your female, because that is what's in the breed's best interest, is being able to be open and honest and help each other on how to produce the best dogs moving forward. And we would have a focus on showing your dogs, of course, because we do want to get these dogs out, and we want to get them shown, and we want them to be a part of the community. And we do encourage health testing. It's a big part of, the breed is making sure that you understand the health of the individual dogs that you're breeding. There's a lot of kind of basic fundamentals that are required whenever you are breeding that we would obviously encourage and recommend. And so anyway, so it just got off the ground, and as all things that are new, it'll take a while for it to be able to catch on and be a kind of a bustling area, but we really want it to be. And there's not going to be any tolerance for rudeness or attitude or condescending sarcasm. We all need to be working together and be nice. Anybody that's going to get on there and try to talk down to somebody else will be removed. You will not be able to do that. I don't care if you're right. I don't care if you think you're justified. That's not the way that we're going to run things there, because the truth of the matter is you will not educate people by being a jerk to them. You know what I mean? If you want to help somebody, you have to say it in a way that is nice enough for them to be able to hear you and understand, if in fact they're going to listen to you at all. There are going to be people that don't care, and they're going to do what they want to do, and nothing that you say or do is going to change that. And those people will be removed, because this isn't a place for people that are just wanting to do what they want to do. It's a learning place. And so anyway, I preacher, be gentle. So that's where I'm at on that. I gotta go, and I have to go to the grocery store. It sucks, but I can't get anything delivered because all those spots are filled up. Sorry I couldn't film yesterday, but it was nonstop raining all day long, and I didn't feel like doing another home video because the dogs are just laying around sleeping. So, hope you guys are having a good day. Like I said, I'm sure that when I post this, that my auntie fans are going to get on there, and they're miserable, and they're always looking for something to do with their lives. And so I'm sure they'll get on there, and they'll try to cause problems. And you know what? We'll remove them. You know what I mean? As soon as they show their ugly heads, they'll be removed. And only people that are looking to try to help and move the community forward in a positive direction are the ones that will be there. Because I was talking with Reese today about it, and I was like, there's all these people structure that are talking about how they're attacking me for the betterment of the breed, because I'm this danger to the breed and blah blah blah, and it's like, and yet they completely refuse to acknowledge what a good looking dog Nirvana is. You know what I mean? Like, she's a really, really wonderful dog structurally. And the thing about it is that Reese reached out to me, right? She saw what I was doing, and she saw room for improvement. She saw potential, and she saw room for improvement. And so she reached out to me, and she told me what positives I had, and she told me areas where I could improve, and she helped me to see that I could be better. And so I moved forward with that because she reached out a hand instead of judgment. And with that information, I was able to grow. And then I met Christina with Sanguine Magnifica, and I grew even more. And I flew to Europe, and I grew even more. And then I produced a beautiful puppy like Nirvana. That whole litter was actually really nice. And I continue to build upon that. And I ask you, when you see somebody claiming that they're doing it for the betterment of the breed, and that they're just trying to save the breed from bad people, let me ask you something. How many people have they converted to producing better dogs than they were before? That's a good question, because if you're not producing results, then you're not doing anything. You can talk all you want to about how you're trying to save the breed and how you're trying to be better, but if you're not producing results in that you have changed somebody to producing better dogs than they were before, because better dogs help the whole breed. That's how you save the breed, is by producing better dogs, okay? So if you haven't helped somebody to produce better dogs, then you haven't done anything. You're just talking out of your butt. So I encourage people to join this group, whether you're just looking for more information in general, you just want to learn, or you just want to be a better pet owner. This isn't a place to ask for training advice. So just be mindful of that. This is a place for if you're trying to learn structure, if you're just trying to be a better pet owner, if you're just looking for basic, advice on the breed, then that's fine. Like I said, don't come on there asking for my puppy's biting me, what do I do? Because everybody has different training methods, and I'm not going to have a bunch of fights because somebody believes in positive reinforcement and somebody doesn't. You know what I mean? We're not going to get, that's not what this group is about. It's not a training group. So it's more of a mentorship group for people who are thinking about breeding or who want to learn more about structure, breed type, and are just looking to kind of grow in that area. And I've added people that I feel are really experts in the breed. I've added Christina from Sangway. I don't know if she's accepted yet, but I don't think she would be opposed to it. She's a very busy person, so I can't say that she's going to be super active all the time in the group. I also tried to add Nanad with Custodinos, who's the breeder of Valak and Vitani. Hopefully he will be able to step in and voice an opinion from time to time, and 2 other breeders, Lee Chapman with Avalanche, who I really like, and Vicky Glisson with Cape Fear, who I got Preacher and Velocity from. She's also, she's got really great lines, but she's also learning a lot about the finite details of structure. There's a difference between recognizing a good-looking dog, a functional dog, and then recognizing the really finite details of what specifically people are looking for in this particular breed. You know what I mean? So anyway, enough of that. I really got to go. And I will talk to y'all later. Bye.